Hey everyone, this is Sulky, and I'm going to give you a more detailed account on how I avoided the villager trading glitch since there was some confusion with my last video. So why are we getting this glitch? Well, it's because of the void, and if you played New Leaf, you probably remember the void from that game, but if not, essentially it's a mechanic in the game that stores villagers that have recently left your island, and its goal is to take those voided villagers and find a place for them on another island. So if you visit a friend or a friend comes to you and they have an open slot, they can actually indirectly pick up a villager from the void, even if they hadn't spoken to that villager before it left your island. It seems like the second you enter someone else's island, the voided villager is attaching itself to you, and because of this, people are bringing home a voided villager instead of the villager that they're trading. So for example, say Bo moved off your friend's island and stayed in the void because your friend didn't visit someone or get any visitors. So now Raymond is in boxes on their island, and you've made a deal to go pick up Raymond from your friends. Since Bo is in the void, you can actually end up getting Bo instead of Raymond, even if you talked to Raymond and he said he'd move to your island. Some people have even reported that for the first couple of days, it actually looked like they received Raymond, but then all of a sudden had a message on their door that said, "I've moved out." This left them with an empty plot that was unfillable. But luckily, people have said that with the newest Animal Crossing update, the plot reset, but regardless, they still lost the villager that was in it. In order to avoid that, I did some in-game testing using my main account and my side account, and I'm gonna list out below what I did because it ended up working for me. So basically what we're doing here is visiting my side island who has Raymond in boxes, and we're going to get Raymond to move into my main account. So I did this by making sure 5 in-game days had passed on my side account before getting Raymond into boxes. And what I mean by that is actually loading into the game for 5 days straight. I didn't just time travel 5 days into the future. And the second step for clearing the side account's void was visiting one of my other friends who had 10 villagers living on their island. Now here's why I did this. If you have a voided villager and you visit someone, if that person doesn't have an empty slot, the voided villager isn't going to be able to move in there, and for some reason this ends up deleting them from the void. Now, why not just do the second step then, right? Well, I wanted to be as safe as possible, and if you're trading a villager that's worth hundreds of Nook Mile tickets or bells, you're going to want to cover your bases. Okay, so now it's time for the detailed steps. So first, we covered this already, you're going to make sure the person you're getting the villager from waited 5 in-game days and visited someone with 10 villagers. Next, you want to move out a villager from your island so you have an empty spot. And you can wait naturally for someone to ask, or you can time travel until someone asks, and I actually have a video on how to get someone to move out, and I'll link that down below. So, when you have an empty spot, make sure the person you're trading with has the villager you want in boxes. Since there was once a glitch with villagers who were put into boxes by having an amiibo kick them out, I didn't bother using that method to kick them out. Apparently that was fixed, but I wanted to be extra safe. Now, once you're finally on the person's island, go and talk to the villager in boxes and tell them they should move in with you. People have noted that after you ask the villager to move to your island, you should talk to them again and see if they ask again to move to your island, as if that previous conversation never happened. If you do end up talking to them again after getting them to move into your island and you see them ask again, I would tell the person whose island you're on to turn off the game as soon as possible because it will glitch out. For me, I didn't bother talking to them again after they agreed as a test, and this seemed to work out fine for me. I would advise not talking to them again after resident services is contacted. This is just what I did and what worked for me. So after you've asked them and they talk to resident services, you're good to go. Leave their island, go home, and look and see if the name is on the empty plot. If it is, time travel to the next day and see if their house appears with them in it cleaning. Once you see this, save, close the game, and time travel another day. Now, I'm using time travel. If it makes you uncomfortable to do it, you can of course just continuously wait for those days to pass, but I was eager to see if it works, so that's why I'm time traveling here. So for the next week, you're going to time travel day by day, loading into the game and checking on that villager to make sure that they're still there and nothing has glitched out. And after you've done that, you can safely say the villager is permanently on your island. If at any time your villager disappears or has the "I've moved out" sign on their door, something went wrong with the voided villagers, and unfortunately there's nothing that you can do to fix this. Like I said before, Nintendo did fix the error where people were unable to have anyone move into that plot, but unfortunately in the end you're going to have an empty plot and you are going to lose out on that villager. Anyway, everyone, I hope that you found this video helpful. I think that this one is a little bit more detailed than the last one I did, so if you follow these steps that I've provided, you should be good. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you next time.